The man with the plan. Do I have a plan? I kind of have a plan. I have a big list of to-dos. Boy. Let's see about that. You know, we're talking about splitter fluid changes. What does this have anything to do with the splitter? At Tractor Supply. Dang it. Worst case scenario. Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. Today we discuss fluids, the cost of fluids, and where I found them. Let's get started. I apologize for any noise in the background. County is doing their right-of-way mowing on the trees with basically like a brush hog they can articulate. So I'm going to go ahead and discuss what I found here. Now, admittedly, I'm not one to pull out a user manual and read it from front to back. When I started thinking about doing the maintenance on this, I decided I would go ahead and pull it out of the neatly tucked away roll tube they have that seals. I went ahead and started looking into what Splitfire recommends on this machine, because I was going to go ahead and change out the hydraulic fluid because I've got this little leak I want to fix. And so I figured it'd be a good time. Well, I've got just shy of 20 hours on it. They recommend 50 hours on the hydraulic fluid change with a filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on that if I can. I just wanna go ahead and, well, this may disappoint some of you, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just try to tighten that fitting. We'll see how it goes. I think it might be okay. I believe I will lose some fluid though, potentially. And because I've had a leak, I bought a couple gallons of it just to have it on hand because it's super handy. Now, in the manual for the Splitfire machine, it said to use an AW32. I was at Tractor Supply and I could not find anything with that label on it. I actually was under the impression, because I came from excavation, that hydraulic fluid was hydraulic fluid. So I had no clue what I was doing. So I started Googling. I found a whole bunch of articles that kind of helped, kind of didn't help. Well, Lowe's had something marked AW32. So I figured I'd just go ahead and pick it up there because it's exactly what was stated in the user manual. I also have the receipts to kind of show you what the cost is on all those. And I was actually pleasantly surprised versus like tractor hydraulic fluid, how inexpensive this was at Lowe's. I also did make some purchases at Tractor Supply because it was also the most affordable place and I was already there. I purchased 2 gallons of this. I have funnels somewhere in storage, but because I haven't gotten all my stuff here yet, I decided I'd go ahead and pick one up because I am going to do an oil change on the Honda engine. For this right here at Lowe's, mind you, I could not find it at Tractor Supply. They were $12.98. I thought that was pretty phenomenal, so I just picked up 2 at $25.96. Now, you're gonna see some bar and chain oil. You know, we're talking about splitter fluid changes. What does this have anything to do with the splitter? Well, I cut a lot of wood. So I'm going to show you here at Tractor Supply, 1 bottle of Mobil 1, 1 quart of Mobil 1 at $7.99. That was a phenomenal deal. That was cheaper than Lowe's, cheaper than Walmart, and I'm pretty sure that's probably cheaper than AutoZone or O'Reilly as well. Paid $5 for the funnel, and the bar and chain oil was on sale. Somebody on Facebook was showing it at like $6, $5.99. So I was like, I gotta go check that out. Well, at my local Tractor Supply, it was $7.79. They had it marked down by $3. I don't think I can complain about that. I buy the stuff at Atwood's, I think it's the Rural King, and it tested best on Project Farm, but you know what? I don't honestly think it matters all that much. I'm just looking for a good deal. And this, to be honest with you, is nice and sticky. It does a good job, and for under $8, may as well just go ahead and pick it up. Now, this engine does take slightly more than 1 quart. I have a half quart that I was using to top off my truck some time ago. So I've actually got some 530 Mobil 1. I'm going with multi-viscosity like this because I do plan on operating this in winter time, and we do get down to 0 degrees and under sometimes, quite often around 15 to 30 degrees. Pretty common. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this multi-viscosity. I did the same in my sawmill. Let's go ahead and squirt this off one more time. I want to real quickly hose this, get it clean before I go much further. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up this clamp a little bit here, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate this and then I wanna correct that simultaneously, hopefully without making a big mess. Somebody mentioned that this may have come loose through the road travels, because I have drug this thing a lot, and I've drug it down rough dirt roads and on highway, probably at above the rated speed, to be honest with you. That tightened up a lot, everybody. Let me give it one more. Boy, my experience with tapered thread is that a lot of times you really got to crank it. Now, I don't think this is a pressure line. I think it's just a suck line. And so I think we're going to be good there. I've tightened that up quite a bit. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and tighten up this clamp. And I think we're going to just watch it and see if it solves the issue. Let's go ahead and get this warmed up so I can get that out of the way. Gonna let it warm up to get that oil hot. The crankcase is warm. That should aid in getting the oil out. Dang it. Worst case scenario. Now I gotta clean it. Worst case scenario would be dropping it in the oil container, I suppose. So I guess it isn't all that bad. Now we're empty, and I've got an issue because we're sloped here on my property. If you're not new to the channel, you know that I don't have a flat spot anywhere. How can we resolve that? I think I know how. That's why I brought this level out here. Try to get an idea of how much or when I'm level. I've got these homemade lifts possibly. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Get myself a wider pad here. Let's see about that. I'm almost wondering if it'd be easier to pull this to like a parking lot or something. Okay, that's not bad. I'm within the lines. I'm not gonna overthink this too much. I'm gonna call this good. How can I get the front lower? Does it even matter? Kind of does matter. Wheel chocks here. All right. Still need to go down on the front. I'm kind of within the lines here. Let's see what we look like back here. I can imagine there's gonna be some people that are like, that guy's an idiot. Well, maybe. I'm pretty darn close to level though. 530 Mobile 1 should take the whole quart. So I'm gonna go for it. So I'm actually showing full, so I'm gonna actually just leave it alone where it's at. I'm not gonna try to put any more in because it will just literally fall out. That's all it's to it. So let me go ahead and screw that in here, double check it. You know, I know it's gonna be right there, but come on guys, just for filming's sake, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna be good. So it took 1 full quart of the oil. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and start it up here. My hydraulic fluid is low. I definitely need to get some more in here. Now that the machine's level, I can tell that we're low. Yeah. Did wipe that out, everyone. Make sure I don't put bar and chain oil in there. It might take quite a bit more than I thought. We're halfway in the site. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'll probably take a good half of this, I'd say, maybe, but a little bit more. We're in the sight glass for sure. We are 3/4 of the way up the sight glass. I think we're gonna call that good. I know this is likely not the way you would have done all of this, but I just figured I'd show you what I've done to maintain this machine. I love this split fire 3490. Give that a little love with the wrench there, because it needs just a hair, I'd say. There we go. Don't need to be crazy because that's a breather. All right, there we go, done. This was a discussion not on how to, but how I do. We'll be watching to see if that hydraulic leak is gone. That would be really cool if I could just simply tighten that fitting up and be done with it. That's what I really hope for. I think that's probably what's going to happen. You can see this is what we've done here to make it level. You know, we're pretty darn close. I think that we're probably as close as many of y'all's driveways or garages. So, because keep in mind, most garages have a slope outward. Driveways oftentimes have a slope. So I think we're going to be within the margin of error. I want to check and make sure that the oil has not just like suddenly dropped like a big air bubble or something. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on here. See how we look. I've got horseflies attacking me. All right, yeah, and we are still there in the filler neck, which is where they want it. So these things are kind of hard to overfill because if you overfill it, it runs out. So I love this design. It's ingenious. Briggs & Stratton has it as well. It's just a phenomenal way of doing it. And we've got our plug. No leaks. Love the machine. I'm hoping again that little drip over there on the side is gone. And if you find this interesting or have any suggestions to do it the Okie Homestead Woodsman way that might be beneficial for a man that lives on a hill with very little plans. The man with the plan. Do I have a plan? I kind of have a plan. I have a big list of to-dos. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up it. Down below, comment, let us know you're here, and I certainly appreciate you being here, and I'll see you on the next one.